Folks, welcome back to Raki's IY Lab, a Techno Hub channel for placement training. So it's a free Salesforce admin and app builder training. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss about Salesforce fields. So in the Salesforce field, we are going to discuss about standard fields. In the standard fields, we are going to discuss about system fields, and then we are going to also followed with the Salesforce field, we are going to discuss about custom fields. So fields are nothing but the columns in the traditional database. So Salesforce fields are nothing but the columns in the regular database, the traditional database. When we talk about fields in the Salesforce, there are two types of fields are available. One is going to be standard field, the other one is called custom field. So let us discuss about the standard fields now. So what is all about the standard fields? So those are the fields which are created by the Salesforce. So the fields which are created by the Salesforce are called as standard fields. These fields cannot be deleted. So we can customize the fields. Some of the standard fields are also called as system fields. So we are going to discuss about some of the standard fields here, right? Whenever we create an object, some of the fields are automatically created, right? Those fields are called as standard fields. Like we have name, owner, created by, last, modified by. These are all going to be the standard fields. Whenever we create an object, so when I created an object, at the time of creating an object, you can see automatically some of the fields will be created. Those fields are called as standard fields. Example, name, owner, created by, last, modified. So it is nothing but the name of the owner and when it has been created, whom it has been created by, when it has been modified. These information will be stored inside this field here. These are all called as standard fields. Coming to system fields, right? Here in Salesforce, there are 7 types of system fields are available, right? These fields are created by Salesforce and updated by Salesforce, and it is also called as an audit field. For auditing, right? For auditing purpose, we use these fields. So we have 7 types of fields here. So first one is ID. As I already discussed about ID, ID is nothing but it is going to be 15-digit ID, unique number, but it is case sensitive. But when it comes to us, it will be changed into 18-digit, adding 3 more letters. It will become a case insensitive, so that we will be able to modify it. Otherwise, it will not be able to modify it. When it comes to ID, Salesforce by default creates a 15-character unique ID for every second, for every record. Salesforce will recognize the record using this ID. First 3 characters of ID will represent the object. So when it comes to accounts object, it will start with OOD, right? So like it is going to be OO0003, right? Likewise, it's going to start for each and every object, it goes with a number. For account, it starts with 003, right? And last 4 characters of ID will represent the record. And totally, we are going to have 15 character ID. This is a case sensitive, as I've already told you. By adding 3 more characters, it will become case insensitive, right? So otherwise, we will not be able to modify because case sensitive, right? For each and every record, for each you will have an ID here, right? Which is going to be 15-digit ID. So it is case sensitive. In case you want to make it case insensitive, so 3 more letters will be added here, right? So now coming to next field called is deleted. So when the record is available in the object, right, by default it will be false. When you try to delete the record, is delete will become true, return true, right? Whenever we delete any record, the value of is deleted field is set to true. Whenever I delete, so when I delete a particular record, the record will go to the recycle bin. When it goes to recycle bin, the is deleted will be changed to true. Otherwise, by default, become false. When the record is deleted, it will be in the object for 15 days, right? And after 15 days, the records are permanently deleted. So where you can find the deleted record, the deleted record will be available in the recycle bin. You can go to the recycle bin. Recycle bin is also an object. You can go to the recycle bin. Where is the recycle bin? And the app launcher, if you click on app launcher, you can see the recycle bin will be available. You can select that, you can open that recycle bin, you can see that whichever record you delete from the object, those records will be available on the recycle bin. You can restore it back, right? So thing is that it will be there for 15 days. After 15 days, it will be permanently deleted. So only 15 days it will be retained in the recycle bin, right? So you come to know what is deleted. Deleted is going to be true whenever you delete a record. The next one is create by ID. This field will create 18 character ID of the user who created this record. For each and every record which has been created by the user, for that record, we will have a record ID which is going to be 18 character ID. Right? The first 15 character will be having by default be 15 character ID. It's going to be case sensitive. To make it case insensitive, that is Salesforce is going to convert this into 18-digit character ID, which is going to add 3 more characters here. Got it? That is called create by ID. For each and every record, you will have an ID. Right? Next one is last modify ID. This field will store 18 character ID of the user who lastly modified the record. Who is being lastly modifying the record? Who is going to modify this record? Only the owner is going to modify the record, right? Who has been lastly modified? So that ID will be stored here. So you're going to 18 character ID. Create date. So field will store the date and time when the record was created. When the record is created, what time and what date the record is created, that will be stored here. Last modified date. This field will store the date and time when the record is modified. Whenever the record is modified and what date and what time the record is modified, that information will be stored in this field here. Right? Then system mod stamp. This field will store date and time when the record was lastly modified manually or programmatically. Either manually or programmatically, if you try to change the record, so that system time mod time stamp will be stored here. Right? Now coming to system audit field, what are the create by ID, last modified by ID, created date, last modified date, system mod stamp. This time we have discussed about all these things. These are all already told you. These are all called as system audit fields. Right? So as of now, we have discussed about system field, we have discussed about fields, and we discussed about standard fields. So when the object is created, some of the fields will be created, that is called standard fields. And we have 7 types of system fields which will not be able to edited by us. It is being created by Salesforce. We have discussed about all these system fields, that is also called as audit field, which is called create by ID, last modified by ID, created date, last modified date, and system mod stamp. Right. Now we are going to discuss about the custom fields. So the fields which are created by the user to meet this organization business requirement. For your business requirement, right? If at all you're going to create a fields, so that case we call it as a custom field, which has been created by the programmer or the system administrator or the users, right? They can able to create and they can able to modify, they can able to delete, anything you can able to do. So Salesforce has defined, predefined for which whenever you create a field, it should be based on the data type, right? So we have several data types here in Salesforce. Like let us see some of the databases here, data types here. Like we have date. This field will store a particular in the calendar. Date and time, it stores the date and followed the time in the calendar. Then we have something called text, under text. So we have to specify the format. So text will go with alphanumeric format. Maximum length is going to be 255 characters. It's going to be single line, right? Whereas coming to text area, right, the format is going to be alphanumeric. Maximum length is going to be 255 characters, and single it is going to be multiple line. Whereas coming to text area long, right? So it's going to be alphanumeric. Maximum length is going to be 131072. Default is going to be 32768. So it is going to have multiple lines. Text rich area, which helps us to format the text, right? You get all the formatted icons there. So the format is going to be formatted data. Maximum length is going to be 131072. Default is going to be 32768. It is going to have multiple lines. So likewise, we have other fields also here, right? We have something called a number field. We have something called number field. So number combination of digits with or without decimal. Maximum length is 18. And character, right, going to have length of integer plus length of decimal together. Got it? So it is going to have both. So this is an example, right? So this is going to be like 10,000.234. So first numbers we're going to have and followed with the decimal places. How many decimal places we're going to have? 3 decimal places we're going to have. So whereas coming to this, don't we go with number? Whereas coming to percentage, right? We're going to add percentage symbol here, right? So the combination of digits with or without decimal, maximum length is 18. Same way, like you're going to have length of characters and length of integer, plus length of decimal. Right? and then currency. So you, according to your country, you can select the currency here. The combination of digits with or without decimal. Maximum length is going to 18 characters. So length of integer plus length of decimal. And then geolocation. So show the latitude and longitude details and URL. You can specify any URL, right? Whichever URL you want to store, for which you can use URL here. Phone number goes with the phone format. That is country code followed with the number, right? Then followed with email address. Email you know very well, right? You'll accept all email ID. Check boxes mainly used for gender, right? Yes or no. For this such cases, true or false. We use the check boxes. We can use check boxes here. Then pick list, right? Actually, pick list goes with what is that? Two types of pick list here. Actually, basically we have three types of pick list. One is going to be pick list, normal pick list. The next one is pick list value sets. That is called global pick list. The next one is pick list multi-select. Normal pick list, you have to go with, you have to specify the value there. Whereas coming to pick list value sets, it is a global pick list. You're going to create a global pick list and you're going to add this pick list. Here, then of creating a pick list, you're going to add the global pick list here. Pick list multi-select, right? You can select more than one item here, right? For which you can go for pick list multi-select. So when it comes to pick list multi-select, we can select more than one options at a time, one item at a time. So maximum, how many options you can select? 150. Length of each option can go with 40 characters. Length of all options together is 1500 characters. How many options we can select? At the maximum, we can select 100 characters. Right? So now, so when it comes, I told you about standard fields, right? What is standard field? At the time of creating an object, the standard fields will be created. Now see here. So already I created a pharma product as an object. So when I created this pharma product as an object, by that time, you can see these are the fields which has been created by the Salesforce. These fields are called a standard field, or then like created by, last modified by, owner, and then pharma product name, right? So these are the fields which have been created by the Salesforce itself, right? These fields are called as standard fields, which we cannot able to delete it, right? We cannot able to edit it. It's not possible. Got it? These are all called as standard fields. So already now we are discussing about the custom field. In order to create a custom field, we have to go with the navigation. Not to go with the navigation, you have to go with Lightning Setup, platform tools, object and fields, object manager, object name, field and relationship. Otherwise, we can go with the shortcut also, right? So now let me see how to create a custom field. In this demo session, I'm going to create a customer object. Already the customer object has been created. So in the customer object, I'm going to add some fields here. Got it? I'm going to add some of the fields here. So now create a custom field. When creating a new custom field, we have to choose the field type. In Salesforce.com, we have the following fields. Just now we discussed all the fields. Like we have auto number, right? Formula, roll up and summary, lookup and relationship, master detail relationship, external lookup relationship, check boxes, currency, date and time, email, geolocation, number, percentage, phone number, pick list, multi-select, text area long, text area is text encrypted, URL, so and so on, right? So, but we are going to now, as of now, we are going to discuss about check boxes, currency, date and time, email, geolocation, number, percentage, phone number, pick list, multi-select, text area long, text area is text encrypted, URL, all these things we are going to discuss, right? So at the time of creating an object, you're going to select the select a field, right? That case is auto number will be selected, right? Or else, if at all you won't have a number field, it should be generated auto number. That case you can go with auto number. The formula field, then we are going to discuss later, like lookup and relationship. Next section we are going to discuss about this lookup and relationship. Got it? So now to create a custom field, first you select your object which you already created. Say for example, Pharma app that we have created, and select the field and relationship. Right on the left hand side, you can see the field and relationship link will be there. You're going to claim. First, what you do, you have to select the object. The moment you select the object, right, then it will show on the left hand side, show the link. The first link is going to be field and relationship. The moment you select the field and relationship here, right, now we're going to create a new custom field here. For which, what you're going to do, you're going to click on field and relationship, and then you're going to click on new button, right? Then what you have to do, you have to choose the field type. What is the field type? Now I'm going to create, assume that I'm going to create a field called price. right? Then you have to select the data type here. For example, I'm going to select currency here. After selecting currency, I'm going to click on next button. After clicking on next button, I'm going to enter the label here. After entering the label and the field name, right? And in case any description is there, you can enter the description and then you're going to click on next button, right? Now step 3 is going nothing but you're going to establish the field level security. That you're going to specify the field level, whether it's going to be read only or going to be visible, right? By default be visible to all profiles. So you can select by default be selected. In case you want to select it for all profile, you can enable the visible option here. It will be selected for all profile, then click on next button. Right? Now add that is you're going to add this field to a page layout. Right? After adding this page layout, and finally fifth step, you're going to click on save button. Either in case you're going to create some more fields here, you can click on save and new, save and continue, save and new, right? Save and new. Or else if it is only field you're going to create, you can click on save button. So the field will be created. Right? Already successfully we have created the Salesforce custom field. To check how the custom fields will appear in UI, for this what we have to do, right? We have to check, right? Again, you can go to the field and relationship, you can click on that and see that price field will be created. This is the name of the field is going to be price, and the API name is going to be price underscore C. Now see here, underscore C has been added because it's a custom field. So to know the differentiate between the standard field and custom field, now see here, create by, loss modified by, owner, pharma product name. These are all the standard field. But the price field has been created by the user. It is a custom field. The custom field name, you can see that the API name is going to be price underscore C. This is a custom field. So it has been differentiated. If you want to know, if at all there is underscore C, it is called as custom field. Right? So likewise, so again you can go to the particular app launcher and select the pharma product or whatever product you're going to create it, right? Whatever object you're going to create, you can select it. From there, you can select the object and click on new button and you can enter the details here, right? So you can see the price text box will be shown here. You can enter the price and click on save so that the record will be created. So now we'll get into the demo now. See, already here I've created a custom object here. By default, I'm in a custom object. Now what I'll do, I'll go to setup. Now already I'm in the setup page. I'll click on object manager, right? So what is that? I'm going to create a custom object. Already I've created a custom object. I have to search for the custom object. Go to quick find box, type customer. So when I type customer, the customer object will be displayed here. It will filter here. You can click on the customer object. Now see here, this customer object is a custom object, right? So that the API name is going to be customer underscore C, right? Now I'm going to click on the customer object. When you click on customer object, it will take you to the detail page here. On the left hand side, you have field and relationship. On the right hand side, you have the descriptive detail about the custom object. Like what is that? API name custom underscore C. Then we have the singular name is going to be customer, right? And plural name is going to be customers. Then enable will be enabled report, track activities, track field details. These are all enabled, right? The state is going to deployment status. Help is going to be the standard help. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a field here. In order to create a field, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on field and relationship. Click on field and relationship. It is going to show the field and relationship here. As of now, we have only standard fields, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a custom field. In order to create a custom field, I'm going to click on new button, right? Click on new button here. And now first thing is I'm going to create a text box. First name and last name. First, I'm going to create a first name. For creating a first name, I'm going to select the text data type. Select the text data type and then scroll down and click on next button. Right now, we have to give the field label. The field label is going to be first name. First name. Right? So then the field length, what is the length? Say for example, 50 characters. In case any description help text you have it, you can add it. If it is the field is going to be required, you can select the enable option here. After this, then you click on next button. Right? And now it is visible to the all objects here. In case you want to make visible to the other objects here, which is not checked, that also you can enable this. Make it as visible. Right now, for all profiles, it has been enabled for all profiles. After this, right, but it should be enabled, it should be editable, so I'm not selecting read only. Right? So it will be visible to all profile. After that, click on next button. So now this particular field will be added to my customer layout. By default, be added here. Now after this, I'm going to click on save and new. I'm going to click on save and new. Now I'm going to create a next field called last name. I'm going to create a next field called last name. Now scroll down, right? Scroll down. Again, I'm going to select the text and then click on next button. Now you're going to enter the field name as last name, length 50 characters, and then click on next button. So it's going to be visible to all fields now. Now click on next button. Now again this field has been added to the customer layout, and then click on save and new. Right. Followed with I'm going to enter the date of birth. Right. I'm going to date of birth. I want it. Date of birth is required here. So now I'm going to select the date data type here. Scroll down. Click on next button. Right. The field label is going to be date of birth, DOB. Right, and the field, and then click on field name is going to be date of birth, right, and then click on next. It is going to be visible to all profiles, and then click on next. This field will be added to my customer layout. Click on save and new. Right. So now I have selected, I've created a first name, last name, date of birth. Then I'm going to select the age. I'm going to enter age. In order to enter age, I'm going to select number. Select number. Click on next. Age of the customer. Right? And after this, without any decimal details or decimal numbers are there for age, we don't have decimal numbers. We don't give decimal numbers here. So the remaining things I'll leave it empty. Click on next button. Right? So it is visible to all profile. Click on next button. So save and new. So date of birth, age has been given. Then address. I have to enter the address, right? In order to enter the address, I'm going to select text area. I'm going to select text area, right? Click on text area. Click on next button, right? And then I'm going to say address. Right? The field name is going to be address. Then followed with, you're going to click on next button. Visible to all profiles, click on next button. Is this particular field will be added to custom layout? By default, click on save and new. The next one is, so I'm going to have some more description about the customer, right? That case, I'm going to select text area, right? And then click on next. So then I'm going to say description. Right, the default length is going to be 32,768. Maximum is going to be 131,072. Is being by default is being given. Visible lines is going to be 3 lines. Because you want to specify the number of lines. See here, wherever the fields which are highlighted with red color, these are all required fields. These are all required fields. We have to fill it. Mandatorily, we have to fill this. Right. After this, I'm going to click on next button. Right. Visible to all profiles. Right. And click on next button. Then this field has been added to the custom layout. Click on save and new. The next one is, then I'm going to select the text area list. Suppose you're going to enter your detailed information. You're going to enter the detailed information, or you're going to upload your resume, right? So for that such cases, right, we can select text area rich. It should be formatted. In case you want to show the formatted text, for such cases, you go for text area rich, right? So then click on next button. The customer detailed information info. I'm going to give the field name as customer detailed information, right? So after this, click on next button. So visible to all profile, click on next, and then now this field has been added to the custom layout. Click on save and new. Now I'm going to enter the username. For username, again you go with the text, right? So you're going to go with the user text. Now select the text. Now click on next button, and you're going to say username, username, right? And then in case you want to make it as required field, that can By option, if you want, you can have it. Only the required fields I'm adding the length here. I'm going to give username is going to be 25 characters, and then click on next button. Right, visible to all profile. Click on next. Now after this, now it has been added to the customer layout. Click on save and new. Now the next field is that we're going to enter the password detail. In order to enter the password detail, I'm going to say text encrypted. Right, text encrypted. Click on next. So now coming to password. Password, I'm going to select password. Right. The length is going to be 20 characters. Right, not more than that. Now here you have to mask it when it comes to password. Right. What kind of password you're going to give? Either you're going to give the mask all the characters or last only 4 characters, or you're going to have a credit card number or national insurance number or social security number or social insurance number. I'll go with mask all character. When you go with mask all character, right? How you're going to mask? Either you're going to go with star or you go with X. I'll go with star. So that case, this will be masked like this, right? When you enter the password, it will be shown like this, right? So I have selected this. Then click on next button. It will be visible to all profile. Click on next, and then save and new. So the password has been entered. Again, I'm going to enter the confirm password. So again, I'm going to select text encrypted. Click on next, confirm password. So length is going to be 20 characters, right? So again, I'm going to mask it, mask all characters, select XCR, and then click on next, right? Visible to all profile, click on next, then save and new. So now we are done with text to text area long, text area rich, text encrypted, right? In case you want to know the time, you can add it. Like you want to know the URL. In case if you have a blog and you are going to have a blog, such case you want to enter the URL details of your particular customer, right? You select the URL, click next, customer URL. Right. Click on next button. Visible to all profile, click on next. Add it to the customer field, save and new. So after this, we are going to enter the gender, right? Male or female, right? So such cases, then we are going to enter the email ID. In case email ID, going to select the email. All right, click on next, right? Customer email. Click on next button. Visible to all profile, click next. So then save and new. Then gender, select checkbox, click on next. I'm going to select male. Right. So by default, we check your male and click on next button. Visible to all profile, click on next, save and new. Then again, I'm going to create a checkbox, select the checkbox. Now I'm going to select the gender as female. Right. So it is unchecked. Now click on next. Visible to all profile, click on next. Now this field will be added to the custom layout. Save here, save and new. So now the customer is going to purchase, right? So amount purchased, right? For which I need a currency here. I'm going to select currency. Click on next button. Right? So amount purchased. So now click on next button. Visible to all profile. Click on next. This field will be added to the custom layout. Click on save and new. So next field, right? We're going to go with geolocation, right? Any geolocation you wanted, right? That case you can go with geolocation. Select geolocation. Customer location, right? Which location is going to be available, right? So I'm going to select customer location. So how many decimal places? You can select any decimal places, 0.5 something. Click on next. Visible to all profile. Click on next. Now this will be added to the customer layout. Save and new. After this, phone number. In case you want to have a phone number, mobile. Select mobile details. You want mobile details, right? So then I'm going to say mobile or phone. Right. After this, click on next. It's going to take the default numbers. Click on next. Visible to all profile. Click on next. Right. That will be added to the customer layout. Click on save and new. Right. After this percentage, now we have to enter country, right? Which country we belong to, right? So for which we go for a pick list. Select pick list. Next. And I'm going to say country. Right. Now we're going to enter the value. For entering the value, which option you go with? We are not going to go with the use global pick list. We have not created any global pick list. Now we go with the second option. The second option is enter the values which each value separated by new line. Right. Now we go with India, China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Australia, America, or you can go with USA, and so on. Right. After this, click on next button. Will be added to the all profiles. Visible to the all profile. Click on next button. This particular field will be added to the layout, customer layout. Click on save and new. Again, I'm going to enter the state now. And for state, again, I'm going to have a pick list here. Select the pick list. Click on next. Right. And then I'm going to say state. Again, I'm going to enter the values here. Right. So like we can go with Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and so on. Like having all these places. Now click on next button. Right. So it's going to be visible to all profile. Click on next. And for city, we'll go with the a global pick list. Now I'm not going to show global pick list. Next class I'll show the global pick list. Click on save and new. After you're done with this, right? Then what is pick list multi-select? Right? I want to select multiple values. Such cases you can go for pick list multi-select. Right? I'll select the pick list multi-select. More than one information, more than one item you want to select, you can go with pick list multi-select. Click on, for which you can go with item. Enter the values here, like powder, paste, dal, right? Chili, rice, then soap, and so on. Right? And then click on next button. Visible to all profile. Click on next. And then I'm going to save it. Let me save. After saving here, you can see address field has been created, age field has been created, amount purchase has been created, confirm passport, country. So, but see, some of which is not there with underscore, so it is called static field. Whereas we have a underscore, C, this is a custom field. Now we have customer detail info, customer email, customer location, customer number, customer URL, description, date of birth, gender, that is female, first name, items. Right? Last modified ID is going to be standard field. last name, mail, mobile or phone number, right? So password, state, username, these are all are the custom fields. Whereas owner ID is going to be the standard field, right? Likewise, we have created all the fields here. Now I want to check this, right? In order to check this, what I'll do, I'll go to the let me go to the app launcher, right? I'm going to create what is that PI cycles, right? I'll click on view all. We have Cubes India. I'll select Cubes India now. That is the object which you have created. So there you can see the customer object here. It's been added into Cubes India. When I click on customer object here, it's going to show you, but recently there is no customer, right? I'm going to click on it. Now you can see all the fields are available here. See here, all the fields are available, right? Customer number, first name, last name, date of birth, age, address, description. In case you want to give a detailed information about the customer, you can enter detailed information, username, password, confirm password, customer URL, customer email address, male or female, right? Amount purchase, customer location, latitude, longitude, mobile, country, right, state. Whereas coming to available items, for example, you want to select powder and paste. By default, you can select it, add it to the chosen list like that. So here, nothing is required field, right? There is no any required field, right? Later on also we can store it, right? If there is any required field, must that you have to enter. As of now, there is no any required field here. And whichever, everything is optional. If you want, you can add it, right? You can enter the details here, first name, last name, like Rakesh, right? Last name is Kumar, right? You can enter the date of birth, age, address, right? All those things. After entering this, then click on check. So the information will be stored into my object called customer object, right? One record has been created. One record has been created. Now again click on customer. Then see the customer number 001 is there. When I click on 001, the record will be stored here. Right? Most of the fields have been empty. Only certain items, right? I have selected only the item and first name and last name which I have created here. Right? This is all about the custom field. So in today's class, we discussed about standard field. What is field? Then we discussed about types of field. One is called the standard field. The other one is called custom field. Right? I told you the standard fields are created by the Salesforce at the time of creating an object. Custom fields are also called as audit fields. We have several fields, several system fields, and we discussed about the standard field for which we require a data type. We have seen, I've covered all the data types in this class. Right? Okay. Now, guys, we have discussed about all the custom fields here. So, like, please, guys, once you learn this Salesforce, right? Please share this with others also. Subscribe to my channel. So, for subscribing, you have to click on bell icon and like button. I'm looking for more users. In case you want 1:1 training, you want a special training, you can call me, or you can send a mail to iwaylab@gmail.com, or you can call my mobile number, right? So please subscribe to my channel, or you can contact 8550799168 or 8142000037. Right? So the remaining session we'll discuss in the next class. So stay tuned. Bye bye.